K-Rod just said, let's go. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Bold Voices. I'm Angela Belcamino. So happy to have you here. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you so much. Happy Thursday evening. Hope you're having a great week, a great night. Please go ahead and share, repost the stream, like it, subscribe on YouTube. We would so appreciate it. Fun fact about that intro song. Did you guys know that On a Loop is Ben Shapiro's voice? Did you know? Can you tell? In the Bold Lib song, it's Ben Shapiro's voice. On a loop, on a loop, on a loop. We've talked about Ben actually quite a few times in the stream. Thank you guys so much for joining. We have a really fun show planned for you tonight. We were just chatting and hitting it off already. So we're happy to have you join the party. Please chat with us, interact with us. We love interacting with the chat. I will read your comments. This is spoiler alert. Hannah Griff is in the house. She's going to be on the panel tonight. And you know, I'm about to introduce this amazing panel for the night and our special guest. But yes, we love chatting with you. We love having your interaction, your questions, your comments, your feedback, your thoughts. I will pull them up on the screen. We will, as much as possible. So let's have some fun. So excited. Again, thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. We couldn't do it without you. It makes the whole stream. So it's a lot of fun. Have fun with us. We need more fun in our lives, more laughter, more humor, more of all of that, connecting as human beings. Thanks guys. So excited. Our panel tonight, we've got Jay in the house. Obviously, I already said Hannah Griff. And for the first time, we have Zainab, AKA Dr. Z in the house. Dr.
Hello.
Z, where that is. Thank you, Zainab, so much for being here. I'm so
you and Hannah know having me.
The connection. I'm so excited that you're here with us tonight. How are you doing?
Good. I'm just reposting the link.
Love that. See, do as Zainab does. Repost, share the stream. We want to get as many folks in the room as possible. We want, it's all about conversations. It's all about open dialogue. So, we talk, we have some fun. We do sort of interviews and learn about people, their stories, their journeys, because I do think that connects us all. We all have a lot of things in common. And sometimes I think people forget that. So that's part of the point here is, interacting and having this dialogue and realizing like, oh yeah, we're way more similar and I'm going through something like that, or I can relate to that. And, I this is really cool. Or I learned a cool life hack or, something like that. So it's fun. Speaking of life hacks, Zainab, I saw you post something about vitamin C flushes and I need to know, girl. I'm like, I need to know about this.
Okay, so
everyone needs to know. It seems like so.
Angela, look at my skin. Do you like that? Do you like it?
I love it.
If you like that, listen up, and everyone watching. So,
get your notepads ready, everybody, or hit record.
Get your notepads. It's nasty, but it works. So, one thing everyone needs to know: vitamin C is one of the precursors to collagen production in the body. And almost everyone is vitamin C deficient. We're not like dogs. We don't produce our own vitamin C. We need to obtain it from outside. So without it, you're not producing the collagen that you actually need. So with the vitamin C flush, they do this in like hospitals and stuff in out there Asian countries. I know this because I've been there. They pump you full of vitamin C like every 15-20 minutes until you get violent diarrhea. And
until you nasty, but
that's the goal of the treatment.
Yeah. The goal of the treatment is it's like eviction velocity. It's like everything needs to get moving. So until you feel like a storm brewing, it means like you have that much room to like build up the vitamin C. So you're that deficient. And you take like heroic doses of it, like Herculean doses. I'm talking like 1 gram, 2 grams at a time. So you're taking like a ton of vitamin C every 20 minutes. And once you start to feel really uncomfortable and you're like, I need a toilet right now.
You said every 20 minutes?
Yes, you take
Okay,
it every
every 20.
Like a pill or like intravenously?
You inject it in yourself now.
I take powder. I take the powder version.
But
And
at the
I mix it-
hospital, do they like hook you up to the IV or
Oh,
is
yeah,
it still
and
just like
in the
Okay.
hospital, it's more intravenous because it's just you're already hooked up. It's just easier that way. But when you're at home, you just stir a little bit of powder and violent diarrhea.
The chat's lit.
Beats
Hell
the shit
yeah.
out of you, literally. I do that with
Yes.
collard green.
One important thing I want to note is if you're doing like the powder version of it, mix a little bit of baking soda into it, just a tiny bit to buffer it. Otherwise, you ruin your teeth, you ruin your esophagus. But the whole point
is this like
to
the
get
like
vitamin C.
emergency like drink, like the one that you just put in your like water?
Something tells me it's different than that, but
Yes, what I'm talking about is way more than that. Like,
Right, but that's
it's
like
like-
essentially what you're talking about is like something you like pour like vitamin C like pour into like water
Yes.
and take. Okay.
Yeah, but like 15 of those at a time.
Okay.
but wait, not 15 every 20 minutes, right? Like one every 20
Yes.
minutes? Okay. Wait,
Wait,
yes to what?
15 every
Yes,
15
to the 15.
So kind of like one every 15. No, wait. One
like one
15
every
minutes?
15 minutes for until you have 15 or 15 at once.
15
or
at
15
once?
at once
Well,
every
okay,
15
first of all,
minutes.
I don't want to get sued. So, like, for legal purposes, I don't know how much vitamin C is in one pack of the emergency, but until you get to like 1 or 2 grams at a time,
I love how we're
and-
dealing with grams now.
It does sound
it's
like
not
colonoscopy.
micrograms
It
anymore.
does
It's
sound like that.
actual grams. So it
Okay.
is like a colonoscopy prep. You basically just drink vitamin C until
You die. No, I'm just kidding.
almost.
So
yeah.
does this apply
get
to
the shit
other
sweats and
vitamins
everything.
or is this only vitamin C?
Only vitamin C because vitamin C is water soluble, so it's impossible to overdose on. It's impossible.
Interesting.
That's
okay.
that's why you get diarrhea because your body's like, okay, that's enough. But until then, it's like, okay, I could take more. I could take more. But then
How
once
often do you
get-
do this?
I do it like once a month.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
It keeps
I mean,
you from
that's
getting
actually, that's,
sick
I mean,
and
once a month's
everything.
not as bad as I thought it could have been.
What were you thinking?
Like once a week? I don't know. Like your weekly detox or something?
Shitting your brains out once a week.
That sounds a lot less
That's a
fun.
little
I mean,
too
once a
much.
month, I'm like, okay, it's only 12 times a year. Like,
Oh my god.
I mean,
but look
think
at
of
her
it this
skin,
way.
Hannah. Her skin.
Your skin, well, first of all, Hannah's skin looks really good too. But
No, I
when
know.
you do
Thank
the
you.
vitamin
Yeah.
C thing, you feel so snatched. You're so skinny. You feel so healthy. You're like
Yeah, I do
vibrant.
like
You're
that
like, oh
part.
my god. You feel
I
really
do like
good.
those detox teas in like after high school. That's when they became popular. I feel like that's like the same thing. I did it once and then I was like, oh, this is why everybody's fucking skinny. Never mind. I don't want to do this.
Those
It's
detox teas are usually senna though, and those make you like dependent on them.
They're laxatives.
Yeah,
right?
those are
That's a
straight up
laxative.
laxatives. Yeah.
That shit was horrible. I did it once and I was like, this
Literally, that
cannot be
shit
good
was
for you.
horrible.
It cannot be good for you. I was like flew ill for the entire day. Like you cannot live a normal life and drink these teas. Like
Was that like a daily thing or how often?
I don't know. It was like back in like 2013, 2014. I lived in in Southern California at the time. So I was like,
Oh, man.
all the new trends start there. And
That
so
sounds
that
like
was
some
like
Cali
the
shit.
trend. I don't know if it ever like got outside of California, but all the girls in California, it was like this, like, I think you did it for like 2 weeks or something. I don't know. It was
Every
ridiculous.
day?
There was like the pre like cleanse bag that must have been the shit you're talking about that just makes you shit. And then there was like recovery, like vitamin whatever bag that you drank for like the next week. But I literally got through one day of the shit tea and I was like, I'm not doing this. This is fucking insane. I'm not doing it.
It sounds very dehydrating. Not what you're saying, Zainab, but like the tea
It's
one
not
for
good
sure.
for you.
It
It's not good for you.
Doesn't sound like it.
No.
Well, I mean, chronic or immediate diarrhea is just not the best.
And
for
like
you.
not I imagine that like I guess if you're doing like any sort of violent diarrhea isn't good, but like I don't know. There was I guess if you're doing it every month, it can't be that bad because I would never do that tea again. So like there's no way I'm doing that tea once a month. I feel like your flushes with your vitamin C might not be as violent as that tea because that shit was like, don't do it.
K-Rod said, I'm Gen X. We popped pimples and used alcohol pads afterwards. We were hardcore acne warriors. Hee hee. Okay. Well, okay. Noted. Do you have any other major life hacks that people need to know that you want to throw out there? Is that the main one we need to know?
Right now, yeah, it's just the violent diarrhea. That's it.
I mean, I think I'm going to, where's the best place to buy this vitamin C powder?
I think you've got Angela convinced.
I'm willing to try it. I am actually. I'll try anything one.
Then let me tell you this. Let me tell you one better actually. When I tweeted this, I tweeted this last July, I think, and this one got like 300,000 likes, but it got a ton of people fighting me in the comments.
Oh man. Well, that's every post I do. So
exactly. It's just everyone's
welcome to
fighting.
the club, girl. Yeah.
So here's one better than the vitamin C flush. You take a whole lemon with the peel and everything.
This sounds like it's going somewhere that I don't know if I want to. Yeah.
So you could even take 2 lemons if you want with the peel. You put it in a blender and then you put a little bit of salt. And then if you want to put, look at Hannah's face. She's like, that's
and then if you want to put a margarita mix in it. Or
yeah. I'm like, where's the tequila coming?
Okay, listen, I'm actually a pretty big drinker. So I would even put tequila in it if you really want to.
Oh my God.
So the important part is
okay. I'm sold
again. You can make it with tequila or alcohol because I would. You put a little bit of maybe molasses in there, some coconut water, and then if you want the tequila. The important part is having the vitamin C from the lemon, but the more important part is having the pectin from the peel. Because that binds to everything and it flushes you out. There's people who have been through like cancer and stuff who talk about pectin, like citrus pectin, as like a very potent detox mechanism. So that's a big thing. Like it's actually like very well researched. So I even think that might be better. It doesn't give you violent diarrhea. So
wow, great.
What about cactus pectin? Would it do the same thing?
I don't even know cactus had pectin.
Yeah, it does.
I'm trying not to be.
I have cactuses here. That's why I was asking.
You should eat them.
Well, I do. I have prickly pear cactuses, but the thing is
no
like
kidding.
The skin is
cactuses grow in Georgia.
Yeah, and well, I'm in South Georgia. Like I'm in South Georgia. Like I'm not up by Atlanta, so I'm basically in Florida. So, and we have palm trees and oranges and all that stuff. But yeah, we grow cactuses here. But the thing is like the skin has like you can eat it, but the skin is like got so many like microscopic like pricklers or whatever. So like even if you touch it and you can't see like the thing, like I would be afraid to eat it, but I know you can eat it. I'm just not sure how to.
Exercise caution before proceeding.
Well, yeah, back to the diarrhea thing, but
oh yeah, this is not medical advice. Anyone watching?
Yes. So with the blender one, the 2 lemons and the tequila and the molasses, and how often are you supposed to do that one?
I might actually try that one.
That one, I did that as almost like a regimen. I did that for like 2 weeks every single day.
Oh.
And I'm someone who does struggle with autoimmune problems. And when I did that, it helped so much. But I wouldn't advise doing it like too often, because anything done more than in moderation is not good.
Fair.
Like anything, even the greatest thing in the world is not good if you do it too much. Just everything in moderation. But if you need to do it like a regimen, I very highly recommend it. Like there's no downsides to it at all, especially if you get the organic lemons, because the whole issue is like the thing that comes to mind for a lot of people is, well, there's glyphosate in the peels and there's residue on the peels. Well, then you just got to grow your own lemons or buy from somewhere you trust.
Yeah, no, got you. I'm like really curious. I'm gonna follow up with you after and find out the like specifics so that I don't get it wrong. But
oh yeah,
what were people coming at you about with this? Like, what were they saying? What was all the hate about?
There was people saying like, okay, enjoy your glyphosate. When I said I do the peels too in the blender, there's people saying there's no way this works. There's people saying, I looked this up on PubMed and there's nothing about it on there. It's like, do you need it that much? And also, citrus pectin is extremely researched. Like if there's someone out there who is one of those people who's like, I need decades of study on this, it is there. It's there. It's a lemon.
Yeah, I mean, you can't win with people, right? Like you see it with like the simplest statement, there's going to be trolls and negativity and everything is debatable and everyone's an expert and people always have something to say, especially, right? We talk a lot about keyboard warriors and there's no accountability. So, I mean, you could say, I don't know, anything and people are going to argue with you.
I feel like anytime a tweet of mine like goes even semi-viral, like gets a lot of likes, there's always people who end up arguing. It's like it doesn't matter what the tweet says. If enough people see it, people will have something to argue about.
Even your friends, like it's like you like people that you like they'll just grab onto something and then they're like, no, I'm gonna punch back on this one topic. It's like, man, we've been conversing for like 2 years and now you're gonna like go crazy on me over this one thing. Like,
yeah, it's weird.
Get out of here. Mute.
Yeah, all of that.
Love the mute button.
Yeah.
There's one other thing, Zainab, that Hannah told me that I want to ask you about because I'm super curious. She talked about your adverse reaction, aka vaccine injury due to the HPV vaccine, and I've heard you've shared this and talked about it before, but I'm so curious because I've had doctors recommend several times at least for me to get the vaccine. And so I'm so, and I feel like this is also something people need to hear and can relate to. So I'd love, if you don't mind, if you're comfortable talking about your experience and what happened.
Yeah, I'm always so happy to talk about this because as many people as I can reach about this, the better. And of course, like everyone can make their own decisions on this, but it's just my specific reaction to this. I was in college. It was my second year of college, and the University Health Center told me absolutely nothing about this except you need to get this or you're basically going to get cancer and die. And they're scaring like an 18-year-old about this.
Yep.
And I know no better. I'm like alone in New York City, and they're like, "You're gonna get cancer and you're gonna die."
That's what happened to me when I moved to California. My new doctor, same. I think I was like 18 or 19. Sorry, not to interrupt, but same thing.
No, it's important. They like scare these young girls, and so you're like, okay, yeah, of course, I don't want to get cancer and die. Give it to me, and they tell you absolutely nothing. And the one that I got, I know they like keep almost recalling it and changing it to a different version of it because too many people are reacting to it. The one I got was the 3-shot series, where after the first one, I got it. And as soon as it hit my system, I fainted in the doctor's office. And I'm not a fainter. Like I've never fainted before. And I just passed out in there. And they told when I woke up, they're like, "Oh, it's fine. You were scared, and you probably didn't have breakfast, and it's this and that. And I'm like 18. I said, oh, yeah, totally. That's fine. And about a week after, I started having these like really awful headaches. And I just was not feeling right. But then I went for the second shot. After the second shot, which was a few weeks later, I didn't pass out that time, but I started having these crazy blood pressure issues where I would like stand up and I would immediately like see my ancestors. I'd be like, ugh. And you're like counting the stars, and then my hair started falling out. It was like big bald spots all over my head. And I was getting headaches, and I'm like, I was just not feeling good. And then I didn't think anything of it. So I went for the third one. And after the third one, almost immediately, I lost every single hair on my body. It's called alopecia universalis. It's you lose your eyebrows, eyelashes, nose hairs, armpit hairs, arm hairs, leg hairs, all the hair in your head, every single hair. You're like a dolphin. You're like the most aerodynamic dolphin of all time. And
Oh
just
my
everything
God.
is gone. Everything is gone. And so I'm thinking, like, what is happening to me? This is just like instantaneous, and the headaches are getting worse, and I'm like always feeling like I'm gonna die, basically. So any doctor that I went to, I'm like, what is happening to me? Like, also, why am I bald? I'm like, I'm 18, I'm 19. Why am I bald? And they're like, we don't know, just kind of happens. I'm like, okay, then why did it happen immediately after I got this vaccine? And they're like, we don't know. It's coincidence. And
That's so crazy.
it's.
I mean, and
when
if
you
there's
think
no
about it-
other explanation, it's like
exactly. I mean, you got to think about it. It's like if you go to a restaurant and you eat a plate of spaghetti, and then you go home 2 hours later and you get sick, you're like, it was from that restaurant.
there's a correlation. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the part of the problem is too is like I saw this with people with COVID vaccines or whatever. They go back to the same doctor that gave them the shot, right? And so for that doctor to admit that they caused this problem or whatever, like they're not willing to do that. They're not willing to even entertain it, and they gaslight people. So that's the other concerning part about this. I've never heard of anybody having that, but that's crazy.
Yeah, so it was just a lot of that, and I couldn't go back to the same doctor because the doctors at the University Health Center also, they like cycle out, so I can't do anything about that. I also developed this extreme severe anemia where my blood count was so low that after like a routine blood test, they called me to the ER. They're like, your hemoglobin is so low, we don't even know how you're standing up right now. Like, it was so unbelievably low. So I just went through so much of that stuff.
Yeah.
And like now I'm 31 and I don't know how I did it. I still don't know. Last year, suddenly I got my hair to start growing back. I mean, this is still
Just
not my
last
own.
year. Wow.
Yeah, just last year. I mean, this is still not mine. It's still awake. But after 11 years of having nothing, just by like experimenting on my own, I was taking methylene blue. I was taking a bunch of like supplements. I was trying different things. I went through a phase where I basically talked to no one. And I was like a hermit, and I didn't let anything bother me. I'm like, is this stress related? So I tried that. And somehow I got my hair to grow back a little bit. But now, I mean, it's falling back out again. So I'm kind of back to square one. But still, I know it was caused by the HPV vaccine. And the fact that whenever I talk about this, I'm told it's not from that, it makes me insane. It makes me crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, I know what happened. I know that I got this. I don't know if it was something in it that triggered an immune reaction, but the fact that I can't even talk about it is insane.
And that's a disservice to other women too, because like, I mean, I did the same thing. I did the 3-course shot like you did. Same situation. I just moved to California from Oregon, and I was on my own for the first time, and my doctor pushed it on me. And I mean, thank God, like I didn't have any adverse reactions, but your kinds of stories are like what make women think twice about it. And like, that's part of informed consent. And the fact that you're like being shut down and told like, that's not it, when like obviously there is at least something to explore, is gaslighting you and like all these other women that they're talking into getting this vaccine. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And that's my whole point, is informed consent. I'm not trying to stop anyone from not getting it. Like, if you want to get it, go for it. All I'm saying is, why am I not allowed to talk about what happened to me? And I looked into the clinical trials of this particular vaccine, and they were very clearly fudged. So why is no one allowed to talk about that? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's just very, very weird.
I mean, it's been a while since you've had it. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm looking up the ingredients right now as we're talking or whatever. But do you think it had to do with the metals in there? It says that there's aluminum in there.
Yeah, very, very likely, because I know that in the clinical trials, in the control group, they also put aluminum in the placebo shots to make it look like the girls who also developed any kind of issues because of the aluminum that was in the placebo. That made it safe for the manufacturers to say it's as safe as salt water, because they had aluminum in the salt water that they injected.
That's crazy.
That's the whole problem.
Wow.
And like the fact that they're like that this isn't well-known information, and like they obviously have an incentive to keep these your sorts of stories and this type of information like out of the mainstream. It's just, it makes me angry. And like I trust your opinion. You're not a doctor for real, but like you went through more schooling for it than a lot of people do. Like,
oh yeah,
you objectively know more about the body and those types of things than like most people do. So like, I trust your opinion on it. And yeah, that's just crazy. I can't believe that the whole medical system is essentially just gaslighting you.
Oh yeah. And it sounds silly that it's just kind of just the main thing that I have is I lost my hair, but it is also more than that. It is like a full body, like my blood pressure and everything. But as a young woman, it's absolutely devastating. It's when you want to feel your prettiest. So it made me absolutely dedicated to researching this. And also my mom, she was like, I can't believe my kid is going through this. So she's researching this too. And every single thing that we find on this it's the vaccine that's basically destroying the body.
Ugh, I'm so sorry that you've been going through this. I'm so, it's amazing that you're sharing your story, because it is obviously definitely helping so many other people. And the fact I'm not surprised, right? We talk a lot about transparency, and I know something else we want to talk about is like independent journalism and exposing things and just getting the truth out there. So, trying to be silenced and shut down is just really maddening when this is your personal experience, your lived experience, your life for 11 years. And like you said, such a good point. I mean, when you're college age, you're a young woman. I mean, it's devastating at any time, but I can only imagine how awful. And to not have any answers and not know what to do. And then you have people just, like you said, gaslighting you and telling you and oh, it's not this, when you know, and your body. We know our bodies. Like, we know what's going on and what's normal for us and not normal for us. And there was no other explanation.
Exactly. Yeah.
I want to go. We have a lot of comments going on. Ange said, just as a resource, if you ever want to have a detailed conversation about vaccines, used to formulate and manufacture them. So that's interesting. Ange is great. Jay knows Ange. We love Ange.
She used to work for a pharmaceutical company. So
K-Rod said, if folks are going to do something different to their body, at least be well informed about it. I think your own testimony speaks to this. I'm just seeing real quick, going through.
Something scary too that you talk about a lot is the fact that they're pushing it on young girls. Like,
yeah,
That's really scary because Angela, you said they're pushing it on you, and it's like obviously that's not great. But as a, an adult woman, you at least can do your own
Yeah,
research and look into
absolutely.
it and make your own decision. But they're pushing it on girls. What you said as young as like 8 and 9.
And
So
I've seen
one
commercials.
thing-
There are commercials about it, like that I see all the time for like young girls.
They're pushing it on young girls and young, like, little boys. And something that I did see when I was researching this was that if there is any protection against cervical cancer from this HPV shot, it lasts for, I think, 3 years. So if you give it to a 9-year-old, a 9-year-old is not going to be having sex in the next 3 years.
Right.
That's so insane.
The risk.
So what are you doing?
Yeah. It's crazy. Not all countries allow advertising for like pharmaceuticals and stuff like that. And I really wish, like, I was really hopeful that RFK could stamp that out.
We're like one of 2 countries that allows it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like that they can advertise it and like just promote their product or whatever. Like because it should be a personal decision. But the other piece is like they just blast over these side effects like they're nothing, like they'll never happen or whatever. But like really, like these young women should see cases like yours or whatever. But yeah, this is what could happen or whatever. Like you could you should you can make this choice or whatever, you can get this thing or whatever, but like just be aware that like
be aware.
This is the real thing that could possibly happen to you. I wish there was some way of conveying that to people honestly, because it may be an outlier, but like they need to see what actually, because they just blaze over these, oh, you may die or whatever, but like like it seems
at least you won't get cervical cancer,
right? Yeah, it seems so distant or whatever. Like it doesn't really hit home or whatever until you see a real person that actually went through some. That sucks. Like I can't imagine like losing your hair or whatever. Like that's horrible. Like it's I don't know, like especially just for trying to take care of yourself too, like, and because they push that on you, it's just that's terrible. And they should honestly they should have to pay you something.
Yeah.
Well, I have 2 things to say. One, I tried suing the manufacturer, Merck, and Bobby Kennedy was my lawyer for a little bit. Like they took on my case, but then they had to drop it because there were other girls who had much more substantial injuries than I did. Like there were girls who died. There were girls who had like complete paralysis of the body.
Oh my
so mine
God.
kind of looked like nothing next to theirs, which I understand. And the second thing I'm going to say is when it comes to these side effects, even when the manufacturers want to talk about it, I mean, think of the commercials that you see on TV for like heartburn medicine. It's like side effects include paralysis and death, and they say that while there's like a guy in the commercial feeding his dog next to a mailbox. It's like they make it look so normal and fine,
laughing and like
it's
whatever.
So bizarre.
Yeah,
it's so bizarre. My cousin got super. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Z.
No, I was just gonna say it should make you think that the U.S. and New Zealand, I think, are the only 2 countries on Earth that allow these ads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like why is that? And like also, my husband and I talk about it all the time. It's like, who is going to their doctor and being like, hey, I want to try this drug? Like I go to my doctor because I trust my doctor to like, hey, your levels are off. Like let's, this vitamin or like this medication might help you because of this. But like, I'm not going to my doctor like with a list being like, hey, I really think I should try these drugs. Like people must do that if they're advertising. Like, I don't know. It's like, ask your doctor next time about da-da-da drug. It's like,
well, they're greasing the wheels, right? They're introducing you to the thing. You've already heard about it, right? And you're like, oh, okay, well, this dude is like feeding his dog or whatever. Like it's normal shit.
That looks fun.
Like, yeah, like he's like, he's living his best life or whatever. Like, yeah, I've heard about that or whatever. And so like that's what they're doing essentially, is like implanting, like it's almost like subliminal messaging, right?
So when you hear about it, it's like, oh, that's not crazy. I've heard a commercial for that.
yeah,
before.
yeah,
That's
like it's totally
wild.
normal.
It has that jingle that's like,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, exactly. That's
Whatever.
oh god, that's crazy. But I was gonna say my cousin, we're like the same age. We were raised like sisters, so we're essentially sisters. Her kids are my nephews. But she has a 3 and a 1-year-old, and especially with her second, but even a little bit with her first, she has done a lot of research into all of the vaccines, because I don't even know what the number is. I think they push like 40 something vaccines on babies now, like in the hospital.
Wow.
And my cousin is a dental hygienist, so she took tons of, medical classes in school, and she's very well educated, and she's been doing a ton of research. And she did end up like, I'll definitely take advice from her once I'm like ready to have my kids. Like she ended up with my second nephew getting a couple of the vaccines that she was like, okay, these like I've done research on, and like I think that these are good to get. But she declined a lot of the vaccines, like the hepatitis. It's like this baby is not going to be around dirty needles and like, drug addicts or prostitutes. Like he's not going to get hepatitis. So a lot of those like ones that she's done research on and have heavy metals and stuff in them, she's declined. And good for her. I think that's it inspires me, because I never even like realized how much information is out there about it, but she's so well educated on it, and she's done so much research about it. And it's just wild. Like, you imagine having a newborn baby and they're like, oh, you need these 40, I think it's like 46 or something, 46, might even be more than that, vaccines in your tiny little newborn baby. That's just what
experts, like these are the experts that you think that you should be able to trust. So that's what's really tough. Like, you don't know, like, I'm not a doctor. I didn't go to school for this. And but I think it is a little bit of a red flag, right? It's like you hear 46 and you're like, so that's why these stories are so important, because it's like, do your own research, just be informed, make your, because yeah, I mean, if you didn't share this, people just think and especially at a young age, like you said, in college, like you don't know, and you trust, these are well-educated, doctors that you think you can trust, that have your best interests in mind.
Well, they come after the doctors that are willing to speak truthfully on this. Like Mary Talley Bowden, I've had her in my spaces. Lynn Finn is another one. I've had Dr. Malone in my spaces or whatever. The doctors that are willing to speak honestly about these things, they come after them viciously, right?
They're like whistleblowers, essentially.
Yeah, they come after, like Mary Talley Bowden. God bless her. She's a patriot, and she's still fighting. Like she's doing well or whatever. But like they try to ruin her, because she would speak honestly about these things or whatever, and like honestly about these vaccines. Especially it especially came around the COVID vaccine or whatever, that she was outspoken about it. But they basically tried to ruin her for being honest about that, for raising the red flag. Hey, something's not right, because like for me, for instance, like my neighbor's wife, she had a stroke or whatever. My aunt had a stroke right after her, after the booster or whatever. It was specifically the booster, right after the booster shot that they had or whatever. And it was like nobody was like connecting the dots. And I asked him about it or whatever, and they're like, oh, well, the doctor gave this explanation or whatever, and none of it added up. It was like, no, this is the common denominator. It's obvious what it is. I'm not a medical doctor or whatever, but it's not hard for me to see that you had this thing in common, and you both had this thing happen to you. Like it's like, isn't
it so suspicious how they like want to say certainly that it's not that? Like they don't even say like, oh, it could be, like we could do, some more tests or some more research.
Yeah.
They literally don't even consider the possibility. It's like immediately, no, it's not that. And people are like, but what if it is? Like, how do you know that? Like, it's
why so
defensive that it's exactly.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Ange said 78 vaccines by age 10, only 11 are needed.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's wild when the medicine is more deadly than the disease. Also, I want to make sure this is the most important thing. K-Rod said, takes a lot of courage to share all this, could help many other young women and men. Boy, like apparently,
men.
right? Like, yeah, and men. So absolutely, I agree.
Yeah, they recommend it for 11-year-olds, I think, is what it when they for
I didn't know it was for boys and girls too.
for well, I have 2 sons and they recommended it to them when they were 11, I think is when
Oh
they
my
started
God.
it.
Zainab, what have you
That's
found
crazy.
helpful, like in terms of resources, community? Like, what have you found helpful throughout this whole process?
Throughout the whole process, I could tell you the thing I found the least helpful, which is going to sound super counterintuitive, but the least helpful thing I found was the community of people who have been through the same thing. Because especially when it comes to like
Interesting.
hair loss, they kept saying like, bald is beautiful. You're fine the way you are.
Oh.
And that's like the last thing you want to hear. It's like, that's not what I need. I need to find a way to fix this. Not even just to get my hair back, to get my health back, just like being absolutely complacent, like this happened and I'm fine with that. That's not I don't think that's what anyone wants to hear. I mean, when it's first happening, yeah, it sucks and you do need some kind of like comfort. But then once you get over that, you kind of desperately need to find a way kind of back to almost normalcy. And just
It's not
hearing,
something
like,
you're willing to just accept and like
yeah,
take.
exactly. And that's one thing that I never did is share any pictures of what my hair loss looks like, because that is not something that I want to be associated with. I don't want it to be a part of my personality, because I do really believe in the subconscious, like taking things in and forming your identity around that. And that is not like not having hair is not something that I want to be associated with, like, at all. Because I mean, it happens. I know hair loss happens to a lot of women, but I didn't want to accept it, and I still don't. So that's something that I'm like desperately trying to work around. And back to your original question, Angela, is the thing more than a resource or anything that I found helpful is making absolute peace with what happened and not trying to fight it and getting rid of any and all stress in my life. As soon as I did that, and as soon as I was like, okay, this happened, let's move forward, that's when it started growing back. And it took me 11 years, which is a long time.
I was going to say, when was that point? Yeah, that was recent. That's That's
I mean, you're having to do that whole journey of like healing and stuff without any justice, really, because like you know where it started and you know what it came from, and you've been gaslit and told that's not it, and so you've had to like come through this whole process of like, okay, well, it did happen and I do know why, like on your own with no outside validation. Like I can't even imagine.
I mean, it was very, very hard. And one thing that I do want to say, I know she's never going to watch this because we're no longer friends. One of my best friends, when my hair loss was all happening, and then throughout the COVID stuff, we fell apart. Like, we're not friends anymore. But I was boo-hooing so hard. I'm like, how could this happen to me? I'm so young, and now I feel so ugly. One day she looked at me, she's like, it's just hair and no one cares. She's like, you need to shut up. Like, if you're going to shave the rest of it, shave it. But just like, shut up. No one cares. And at that point, I was like, oh my God, you're right.
But
So
I mean, I feel like you
that
do
did
need
help.
you do need to be validated too, though, because it is a big deal. Like, that's hard. I mean, to a lot of women, I feel like especially can understand that. Like,
oh yeah,
that's
I mean,
that's something that would be so hard to deal with.
I see all over social media, they're like, my day's ruined because I'm having a bad hair day, which is, I mean, I get it. I used to have that too, but when you're going through something like this, just like boo-hooing after a certain point, it does nothing. It does absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So you do need something to like pull you out of that.
I hear you, especially like after whatever, maybe a long period of time. At some point,
Yeah.
you're like, what's actually, what's actually constructive or helpful? Because you can't,
Yeah.
it's out of your control at this point. So what can you do? Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I mean, it sounds really harsh when I say it, but when you're going through it after like 2 years of just being like, woe is me, you really do desperately need someone to just like wake you up. It sounds really harsh, and I'm not usually a fan of tough love, but for this in particular, it was absolutely necessary.
But that's fair and so valuable because you went through it. So it's really cool to hear that because that, it's your experience and what worked for you. So yeah.
I mean, that's hard too, though. Like you're still a kid, right? You're still a kid going through that. Like it's different for an adult. You can keep things in perspective, but like that's really hard that you had to go through that. Like I can't imagine, it's especially because it's not like you were out partying and you fucking burned yourself or something and you lost your hair. Like you're just like you're doing what you were supposed to be doing according to them or whatever, and you're just trying to like
take care of your health.
yeah,
Mhm.
and you get screwed over like that. It's just hard to hear.
Yeah, I mean, it sucked, but in a way, I am thankful it happened.
Z,
I don't
you're
know if that.
brave. Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know if it's cope when I say that, but in a way, I do think it did help shape the person I am right now.
Absolutely. No, I feel you on that.
Like going through tough things. Yeah. Like, you don't want to, it's not ideal, but it does challenge you. And there are rewards that come out of it. Your resilience, the strength, it can be empowering that you were able to fight through such an incredible challenge. I mean, really,
it becomes a part of who you are. Like you wouldn't be the person you are today without having gone through that. So like,
yeah,
I totally get it as much as it sucks.
You're going to help other people too. 100%.
Yeah.
And I hope so. I hope so. Cause I know, well, in my own friend circle, this is something that really bothers me. I've been very, very open about what happened to me after this particular vaccine. And I'm not even talking about the COVID vaccine or chickenpox or this or that. I'm talking particularly the HPV vaccine that you can choose to get or choose not to get. And I've had some of my very close friends that have seen me go through what I went through, and they still chose to get it, including a guy. And
that's so crazy.
I'm thinking, yeah, the choice is yours, but still, how could you not hear what I'm saying?
And like knowing the risk too, like, I mean, at that point, it's like you're vaccinating against the chance that you might get HPV that might turn into cervical cancer, or you could take this shot and maybe you could get some number of like other unknown side effects or, autoimmune disorders that like will affect you for the rest of your life. Like, I think I'm taking the shot on maybe getting HPV that maybe might turn into cervical cancer. Like, it's a very bizarre thing that it's like any sort of side effect is like written off as like, oh, well, at least you don't get the thing that the medicine is helping you prevent. Like, okay, but maybe I would just rather take my chances with that. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. For what it's worth, Ange, I just wanted to make sure you saw what Ange said, which is you can do a protocol to remove the vaccine side effects. I don't know anything about that, but obviously she does. So again, and that also peptides will help hair and collagen and reproduction. I mean, these are things maybe that or you've already seen, but just wanted to share that. And
I would love to hear more if Ange can DM me.
Yeah, definitely. Ange is great and would love to. Yeah. So I'm sure you guys will follow up after. And thank you, Ange, for all of that. That's great. So hopefully I'm sure you guys will continue the conversation. Zainab, is there anything, that we haven't already kind of tackled related to this that, has this whole experience and challenging journey has taught you about navigating the healthcare system, or what is important for people to know or consider when they're weighing risks and benefits related to making health decisions? Is there anything else you want to say for people to know or consider related to this?
One of the main things that I do want to say is to when I say do your own research, it's at a point where saying that almost doesn't even have any weight anymore. But people need to know that pharmaceutical companies are basically buying out doctors. And if they're pressuring you into doing something, you need to know when to say no. Or you need to know when to say, let me look into that and I'll get back to you. And not just immediately say yes. Or find a different doctor. Just immediately saying yes. Just maybe don't do that. Like, that's the main thing that I can say.
Especially for like young women who were like us, who were 18, who it's like, you never heard anything to the opposing view of like, I never heard anything like this before I got it. If we had known each other back then, and like I had known, I mean, we're the same age, so it might not have prevented me, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you were in my life back then and I saw all this happen, like I definitely would have not done it. And like, just having exposure to that, especially for women who are like being, hey, you should get this by their doctor. At least just look into it. Look into stories like these. Look into, you know, people who have not had good reactions, because those are possibilities too. You can't just ignore the fact that you could have adverse side effects. Like, you definitely can, and you don't know whether you will or not, and that's why it's scary.
And whenever we say stuff like this, there's people who are like, you're anti-science, you don't believe in science. That's very, very false. Like, we do. Like, I really do believe in inoculations and gaining resistance to things. Like, there's that one story of the king, I forgot which one it was, but he had people like very minimally like poison him for him to gain resistance to vaccines so no one can kill him. And then when he actually wanted to die and he asked his guards to poison him, he wouldn't die because he was actually like inoculated against the poisons. Anyway, so it's stuff like that. I do believe in inoculations. I just do not believe in the way they are right now.
Yeah, I think it's turned into something, especially in this country, where it's like, there are certainly, you know, a few of the vaccines that are good for kids that kids should get, but like not all. What was 78? Is that what Ange said? By the time they're 10, it's like that was similar. The numbers that she said, I think I've similar from my cousin. I've heard is like there's 78 that they need by this age, and like only a X amount, 10 or so of them are actually like really needed once you look into it. So there's got to be, I mean, there's money incentives, and as much as I love capitalism, you do have to admit that like capitalism has seeped into the medical and the pharmaceutical industry, and I think it's not to the benefit of us as consumers.
Yeah, this is funny too. So Ange said, ask the doctor what they get for prescribing it and watch their face.
Yep. Little kickback.
Yeah, exactly. And then JJ said, for anyone who would like to do this, worth reading the current CDC website on the HPV vaccine. So that's interesting too. I wonder. But yeah, bulletproof statistics you're bringing out here. Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, she actually went through it. I mean, so that's pretty, solid firsthand.
Yeah.
That's what people do, though. They're like, oh, well, this statistic or whatever, but like she lived it. Like you lived it. I don't need a fucking statistic. I actually went through it. That's firsthand evidence. That's better than a statistic.
And guess what? She's not counted as a statistic because the medical industry is telling her that that's not the case. So even in the adverse percentage, it's like she's still not counted in there. Makes me mad.
Boom. Okay. Well, yeah. Zainab, thank you so much for sharing. I know this, I can't imagine how difficult it is to have gone through this and to talk about it, but it really is, I think, so important for people to know. So I really admire and love the fact that you're so vocal about it and willing to share and speak about it. And you are 100, as everyone has said, helping other people by sharing your experience. And thank you so much for doing that. And I'm so sorry that you had to go.
Thanks for giving me the platform to talk about it, because it's so important to me.
Yeah.
Always. I'm more than happy to talk about it.
Amazing. I'm so happy that you're here. So also, since we have you here and I know you have journalism experience, the next topic I would like to talk about is a little bit about legacy media and whether or not they're losing control of the narrative. Do we trust mainstream media or independent creators at this time? What is that? I mean, for anybody who wants to jump in, but I feel like there's a bit of a trust collapse, right? We talk a lot about, liking independent journalists and independent creators exposing things and, being more distrustful of mainstream legacy media. So there is sort of a rise of independent commentators and a bit of a trust collapse going on when it comes to mainstream media. So I don't know if anyone has thoughts on this or wants, I mean, as a,
well,
yeah.
Look at the CNN story, right? Of the kids that brought bombs to Zoran Mamdani's mansion or whatever, and they were trying to kill people out in front of protesters, right? So CNN story was they're teenagers and they just happened to be out at this protest or whatever, and they just
on a nice day in New York.
And they just happened to have these bombs or whatever that they, that didn't go off or whatever. And it was just all, by circumstance or whatever, no big deal or whatever. And it was like they completely downplay that shows that's why they have no credibility. That right there. They were ISIS inspired. They went there with a purpose to actually hurt people and kill them. And for CNN to downplay that as they're teenagers or whatever, like they're just happened to be there or whatever, it was no big deal or whatever. They drove from Pennsylvania to the mayor's house or whatever, and Jake Lang's protest was going on there at the time, which they are very lucky that these things didn't go off, because this could have went way different than it did. But the thing is like CNN downplaying that is absolutely ridiculous, and then upplaying the Jake Lang protest, right? It was in poor taste or whatever, like they were out there or whatever, but like that was not the bigger issue. The bigger issue was the kids that brought bombs there to hurt and maim people. That is the bigger story. The Jake Lang thing is whatever, like it's dumb, it's not a big deal.
Totally. Yeah. For people who don't really dig deeper and they just see a headline, you really had to dig deep to find out what really happened there. It was very vague.
I feel like
you were going to say something.
No, I feel like the legacy media is just like for boomers at this point. Like I watch Fox sometimes just to kind of like see what's like, I'll turn it on in the background when I'm working just to kind of like see what's going on or see what they're talking about. And it's funny because like the things that they talk about, on primetime Fox, it's like I saw this on Twitter yesterday, or I saw this on Twitter this morning. Like it's so old news by the time that it gets to the TV that it's like, this is for old people who aren't on their phones all day and not connected and looking at stuff. And I think they're realizing that they're kind of losing the grasp on people too. Like just the same kind of way that the left is. I feel like because they're so politically aligned with the left and their lack of morals and virtues and their prerogatives are all kind of the same as the left, people are starting to see through it. Like you mentioned, Jay, the CNN headline. It's like smart people aren't fooled by this. The people who are being fooled by this now are people who are like checked out, really. Like, I don't know. It's they have their grasp on the populace is definitely being lost. And I think that they're very well aware of it. I think that people just naturally turn to different sources for their news these days. And there's so many different sources. Like you can find news from so many people and so many different outlets that like, if you're consuming only news from legacy media at this point, like that's kind of your fault that you're misinformed. Like it's just like any other sort of thing. You're only consuming media of like one source or one like opinion. You're not diversifying anything that you're reading or taking in. And that's why so many people are just like regurgitate what they hear on the news.
Yeah, I want to, there's a couple things. I know this is kind of like a break from what we're talking, but we'll get back. AO just wants to apologize. I just want to make sure that Zainab gets to see this. I came in the end and just heard the stat on 70 vaccines or so for kids, not trying to undermine anyone's personal story. So I apologize again for that. So much appreciated. I love that. I love anyone who's able to take responsibility and be like, oops, sorry, I kind of got that wrong. It happens to all of us. We all make mistakes. Things happen. Thank you for owning up to that. I think that's beautiful modeling of how we should act in situations. Space is very epic and informative. Amazing. Let's go with independent journalists for 1,000, Alex, and Zainab getting lots of love.
So that's my mom.
Oh
my God. That's
Hi, Mom.
so sweet. Hi, Mom. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. That's so cute. I love when, yeah, we had a guest recently too, whose like spouse was like watching from the other room and was like writing in the chat. It's so cute.
That's awesome.
And it was funny because he was like talking about her and like, oh, I don't want her to hear this. And then she's like,
about the cow.
Yeah, about the miniature cows. Anyway,
Right.
yeah, Sean Hendricks.
The Highland cows.
Yeah, the Highland cows. Anyway, it was so funny though, because it was like he was like, don't let my wife hear about this. And then she's over there like chatting from the side, like,
God.
Too late, I'm here. I heard it. Like, so cute. I love it. We love it. I love the support. That's amazing. But yeah, I mean, I all of that, Jay, really great point about, you know, the headlines and whatever, all of that coming out. I feel like all these things that are getting exposed, these Nick Thorders and Nick Shirley exposing the fraud and the daycares and it's amazing. It's amazing because I just feel like we feel like and keep learning that we're being lied to. And there's such a call for transparency and exposing the truth. So it's a great thing. And I do think it's worth noting and thanking Elon for buying X, because there are a lot of platforms censoring, right, and pushing certain narratives. So, you know, there is no independent journalism without free speech.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I have something to say and then something to ask you guys about that.
Yeah.
For one thing, I personally don't really trust independent journalism anymore either, because of how it's been so monetized. And I do think that people have a price
That's fair.
They will say certain things if they're getting something in return. For example, I'm about to, when I say this, blow up like any remaining credibility I have with Maxim. I don't really work with them anymore, so it's fine.
Well, don't do anything you don't want to do. I just want to preface.
No.
Don't feel like you have to.
This was when I was writing for like Maxim.com. I would have PR companies always like in my face, like sending me stuff, giving me stuff, sending me on trips. And any company that would like send me the best stuff or send me on the best trip or like give me the most money, yeah, I would write about them for Maxim. And so stuff like that makes me think, I mean, that's like such a minuscule scale of what I'm talking about when it comes like actually like reporting bigger news about what's happening in the world. It does make me think. And also my question from that is, what do you guys think about all of this stuff kind of getting exposed in a very short amount of time?
What do you mean?
What is it? For example, all of the Epstein stuff supposedly getting leaked, and then immediately after that, they're like, the Bohemian Grove guest list is out, and things like that happening within a span of like 2 months. What are your thoughts on that?
So I want to like touch on what you said. I agree with you. I think you do have a point where like independent journalists, I think when I've actually thought about this a lot. I think it's an issue when it becomes your career, right? Because then you have a motivation to maintain your livelihood. Like, I'm just for a very like not really, I don't know, just for myself, when I was getting into Twitter and like realizing like I was getting followers and stuff, there was a point before I was really established in my real career where I was like, do I want to do this political thing? I can write, I could, you know, work whatever, like work for independent media company, something. And I considered it and I was like, you know, I really don't want to make this my livelihood, because then it takes kind of the fun out of it for me. Like, I still love politics because it's my hobby and I can just do it for fun on the side. But two, like, at some, like, there, especially when it pays your bills, like there's prices for things. And I think that the most morally, you know, pure person, when it becomes like, are you going to feed your family or are you going to write this article? You're probably going to write the article. Like, I do think that there's something to be said about that. And I do kind of notice that, like, with just kind of like, I don't know, influencers, I guess you would say, on like political Twitter, it's like, I'm wary of some of them who are like, someone's paying, I don't know who it is, but I know you don't have a real job, you have all these followers, someone's paying you to say these things. Like, I do think that that's very much a concern, and I think that that's like, you know, something that I've been offered, you know, to say things for money, and like, absolutely I'm not going to do that. I'm very like outspoken about the fact that I don't do that, because I'm in a position where I don't have to do that. I have a job that pays my bills that has nothing to do with politics. But when it's the job that pays your bills, I think that there can definitely be some risk of running a grift.
Well, what I like to do is I like to take a little bit of everything. So I will look at Fox, I will look at CNN, yep. I will look at Gateway Pundit too, because they repost me, but and then I'll look at X, and I will kind of take this circle and see what is going on, because you can see which way they're spinning it. You can kind of discern the things that they all agree upon, right? That's probably the truth or whatever, if they're agreeing upon it or whatever. And you know, and then kind of discern from there what is truth and what is reality. Just using your common sense or whatever. That's what I do every day. Like, I'll do that circle or whatever, and like kind of see what's going on, or if there's like a trending topic or something like that or whatever. Like, I'll just do that circle and see what everybody else is saying or whatever to kind of figure it out.
And that's how you inform your own opinion, because you're not looking for someone to give you an opinion to have. You're like looking for the facts so that you can form your own opinion. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of outlets where you can get all of the facts objectively. Like, that's kind of why we have to like shop around. And I do the same thing. I think that that's kind of what I meant when like I said people get their source, like people's sources of information are all over the place, like especially younger people who are connected, have a phone, have Twitter. Like, you kind of pull from all of these different sources, and you're not just reading CNN or watching CNN and being like, oh, this is what CNN said, so this is, you know, the truth about the situation. It's that like level of like, okay, I care enough about this to like form my own opinion about it, so let me find as many objective facts as I can, not just.
And you're being well-rounded. You're doing like information from a variety of sources to form your opinion. And
like, that's what you learn in college, like how to do research. That's like
zoom out and
kind of
like a bird's eye view.
Totally. It's like that's what sticks with me from college is like the core concept. They say you can say a lot of things about college, and I do think that, you know, it's not necessarily a necessity, but what I learned in college was how to do proper research of like
with sources and
and like credible sources, and realizing that people write with opinions and just logical fallacies. Those are all the things that stick with me from college. This is like, you're learning how to research all the things you're going to write for 4 years, right? But like, that's really like why I'm so well educated as far as politics, is because I have that kind of background of doing educational and academic research about these topics.
One thing that's crazy too, and I know like people are going to be like, oh, maybe he's crazy or whatever, but like you guys are all going to relate to this. One thing that I've noticed, every time when they want to hide something or when they want a story to go away, the alien fucking story will come out
Mhm.
every freaking time. Like if the government wants a story to go away, aliens.
There's
Nobody
this-
cares. We know.
I
Like
know I'm
so
not
many.
crazy. It comes out every single time. It's
No, I
like,
think that's exact. Like kind of Z's question of like like the kind of information flooding. I mean, I think that it's all a distraction. I think when all of this stuff comes out, it's like they're like, look over here because they're
Yeah.
doing stuff over here. Like,
exactly.
and no, I mean the alien thing is so played out. Like we don't care anymore. We know if
Yeah, I
you're
don't-
like into paranormal stuff at all or supernatural stuff at all, you know that fucking aliens exist. Like it's about whether they're interdimensional or whether they're like from another planet. Like those are the things that we know are actual like questions. It's not the questions of like, are aliens real? And like that shit, nobody cares. Like they can dangle it in front of us, but it's like we're trying to figure out if
Wait,
they're
did you
coming
guys
from.
see today? Sorry, Hannah, not to cut you
No, you're
off.
good.
It was today. They started talking about Sasquatch in Ohio.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I'm telling you.
See, we're getting
Crazy.
we're real keen and good at knowing what the distractions are. So like
Uh-huh.
we're learning and we're like, that sounds like,
It's like
you want-
People
Yeah.
who are spiritual or enlightened or into paranormal or supernatural things, even 10%, like compared to someone who's not into it at all, we've been known all this shit. Like our conversations are so far beyond like, oh, are there aliens and are there Sasquatch? It's like, no, where are they coming from? Where do they live? Where are they staying when they're not here? Like those are the things we need to know.
yeah. JJ said you all are saying the quiet part out loud. We love saying the quiet part out loud. We're all about that. Thanks. Influencers should not be trusted as news sources because you cannot verify how they're paid and who they're paid by. Amazing points here.
You guys can trust me because I get a W-2.
I'm surprised that people turn to social media to see what people are talking about so they can figure out what to think. Folks are malleable AF. I have some formerly hardcore lib friends that did a 180 and became right wing after Elon bought X. Their code was updated. Malleable.
That's
Very
scary.
interesting stuff. I really appreciate, your Zainab, your perspective on this was great, and so many really good points, guys. Okay, last up, prediction markets. Let's talk prediction markets. There's a lot to talk about. Do we think Americans trust betting markets more than polls? Why not? I mean, it seems like the prediction markets are getting elections right more often.
I've never
than-
been polled. I can tell you that. I'm 31 years old. I've never been polled in my life. So
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you guys have thoughts about this. There's a lot. I actually talked to George. I was on George Santos' podcast today, and he was talking prediction markets. It's interesting. I mean, when people are betting real money, they have skin in the game. It's potentially more honest or accurate. No thoughts?
I think it's terrifying. I just hate the whole like gambling
It's
thing.
on
It just-
anything. Prediction
yeah.
markets on anything. Yeah.
it triggers me. That's like probably my own personal hang up, but like sports betting, all this like no, I don't like it. I think it's all evil. I don't know why. That's just my opinion. I'm going with it.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
in terms of like, like people like being concerned or whatever, like they might be loosely concerned if it's just like a poll or whatever, because like a lot of these polls are not really that accurate or whatever. But like in terms of like gambling and stuff like that, when you put your own money on the line or whatever, like you're serious about that shit. I don't care if it's $50. Like it's when you got money on the line or whatever, like you care about what is truth and what is actually going to happen or whatever. Like, so you're very concerned about it. So
Well, and people are more honest, I
Yeah.
think, right? Like they're gonna,
Yeah,
the
you're
truth is
honest
gonna come
about
out
what
more.
you're honest about what the outcome is. Whereas if you get called up for a poll, you might not necessarily be honest, but if you're putting your own money on it, I guess that's your real feelings behind it. That makes sense.
right.
Well, also, if you think about it psychologically, people have that loss aversion thing more so if they're just polled, there's kind of nothing to lose, versus if they're
Right.
betting on it,
Yeah.
Right.
they are very loss averse. They don't want to lose.
Right.
And I think polls have just kind of proven to just not be really reliable like predictors. So it's like if there's a new format of like predictions that is more accurate, then yeah, because like sure, why not? Polls have been proven again and again to not be accurate.
Yeah, they said Hillary and Kamala were going to win, right?
Yeah. So it's like, okay, what is that? What does polling even mean? That who are you asking? Who are you talking to?
Right.
Right. In Berkeley.
Yeah. And it's a real time scoreboard. Like the odds are getting updated instantly with new information. So seemingly more accurate, more honest, more reliable. Begs the question, would you trust people betting money or political pollsters?
I think gambling is from the devil.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not advocating for gambling here at all, but what I would say is, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of information out there, and gamblers are going to research. They're going to look into it. They're going to dig into the weeds and stuff like that versus somebody who's, just being polled or whatever, walking by at a university or something like that. They're not going to look into it. They don't care.
Well, in chat, let us know what you think. No one has really weighed in yet on the prediction market thing. How you guys feeling? We want to know. I do want to know because it's very hot right now. Prediction markets, right? It's the talk of the country.
It's also like I feel like it has to be somewhat biased too, because who's putting money in on prediction markets? That's got to be a very small segment of the population, right? Like, I feel like it's just a kind of a different sample of a type of person in America. The type of person who answers a poll is probably very different than the type of people who are in prediction markets. So
that's
something to take into consideration.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to this, Ange, but how does the market come up with the stats?
Well, it has to do with the way people are vetting too. Like the way people are like, it's taken from like, like they have a prediction or whatever, but then it's also like, how people are vetting can influence the way the poll goes or whatever, the way that it's weighing heavy in one direction or another.
Interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Well, something to watch. And I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are talking about midterms, and I feel like there's going to be a lot around prediction markets and midterms and what's going to come out of all that coming up. So that'll be interesting to watch.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, man, guys, time just flew, right?
It really did. Time flies when you're having fun, guys.
That's what they say, and it's so true. Zeynep, you have been absolutely lovely. So happy to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully we can have you again if you're down. I didn't really get to ask you about New York. I know we both have a shared living in New York City experience. Yeah. I don't know. I'm worried
next
for New
time.
York.
Part two.
Yeah. Part two. I know. I'm asking everyone about how the city is right now because I fled. George Santos called me a refugee earlier today. He was like a recent refugee of NYC.
Oh my gosh.
I know. But yeah, I'm concerned for this city. But anyways, I will talk about that next time. But please tell people, obviously, your handle's here. Everyone follow her, support her, show her all the love. Is there anything you want to shout out or promote?
No, just everyone watch this show, and hopefully I'll be back to talk more.
You will if you want to. That's for sure. It's an open invitation. Yeah, no, I really love you. I think you're absolutely lovely. I'm so happy that Hannah brought us together and connected us. I'm happy that you guys are connected. It's as Jay likes to say, it's a love fest.
It is.
Yeah.
Jay loves a love fest.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, no, we appreciate you guys. Yeah, all the love. And thank you again for sharing your experience. It's really touching. And again, I just think so helpful for people to know and think about, and a lot of things. Yeah, very informative, educational, amazing. Hannah, everybody follow Hannah. Hannah, where can people find you?
I know I need to put my handle back in my thing. Yeah, right, girl HG on Twitter and IG. I'm here on Thursdays. You can always find me with Angela on Thursdays.
Yes.
And
Always on the stream, Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, Bold Voices. Jay, what you got coming up? I know you're here often, at least once or twice a week as well.
Yeah.
On the stream, but you do your own shows, so
I play it by ear. I don't have a guest yet for next week, but I did do a fantastic show with David Buzzard earlier, 2-time Purple Heart recipient. But yeah, we were all like loving on Zainab, but she's gonna give us all diarrhea. So that's
which
You're welcome.
The delivery is so good that I want to try all the.
well,
things.
we're gonna get the skin glow, but then we're gonna
That's
get
right.
diarrhea that goes with it. So
She's very convincing.
Yeah.
She's very like
I'm gonna
even
try
when
it.
it's miserable,
I'll try it.
you're gonna have diarrhea, you're gonna be in pain, and I'm like, how can I do this?
Hey,
me
don't
all
knock
the
it till
send me
you
the
try it.
recipe, please.
Yeah. Send me the ingredients, the recipe. I need all of it.
Oh my god.
Let me see real quick. I'm sorry. Hi, Patriot Dave. Thank you so much. Go, Jay. Go, Jay, go.
Oh, Monet, yeah, she's
Oh, Monet. I know
Yeah.
Monet. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Hi, Monet. I didn't know you're thank you for chatting. I didn't know you were here. I love it. I'm so happy to see you here. Yeah, I know Monet from Spaces. Stop the poop talk. Never. We won't stop it. You know you love it. She's giving you all the life hacks, all the tips for glowing skin and snatched bodies. We
That's
want
right.
all of that information. Remember, gambling's from the devil. That's your hand right here. Oh, I love you guys. You're the best. Thank you so much. It's been so much fun. We will chat very, very soon. Everyone follow them, show them all the love. Thank you guys so much. Have
Bye.
a great rest of your week.
Love
Good
ya.
night.
Bye.
Love you guys. Thank you so much. Oh man, that really was a love fest. I loved it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, oh yay, Monet, I see you. Yay, go Angela, go Angela, go. Thank you guys so much. Blow us a kiss. I don't normally like being told what to do, but for you, I'll do it because that was cute. It wasn't like yeah. Got to clear my dance card. That's nice. Oh, no openings. Okay, well, then we shall dance another time. Guys, this has been amazing. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, please subscribe on YouTube to Bold Voices. Check out official Angela Belcamino, and you can see we've got episodes of The Bold Seat, the podcast interviews. If you haven't checked them out, please do. There are actually some new ones to come soon. So that's going on. We got podcast interviews with a lot of people that, we do a deeper dive into who they are, their background, experiences that have shaped them, their journeys, whether it's political or personal, whatever is going on. You can find out a lot about people that you think you know, but you might not. There's a lot of things you don't know. And so there's some really good interviews on there, as well as all of the streams, all the Bold Voices streams are there. So that'd be awesome if you want to check it out. If there's stuff you've missed, it's all there. So check that out, subscribe, and we will be back. I can't believe it. Another week, just like that, is ending. And you guys are so cute. This is my shtick. Have a nice night. I appreciate you, Trangela. I hope you know that. I really do. I see you. I appreciate you. Thanks for all the love. Namaste, Senorita Belcamino. You guys rock. Other than that, yeah. So next week is a little bit switched up because normally the streams are Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. And Tuesday is St. Patrick's Day. I don't know if you guys know, whether you celebrate or you don't, or you want to, I feel like people are going to be kind of doing stuff. So I'm going to change Tuesday's stream actually to Monday. So, that'll be fun because we'll get to kick off the week together, right? Monday fun day. It looks like it's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern. I will let you know. But Monday, we're going to be doing an afternoon stream with Adam Coleman. Haven't talked to Adam in a while, and I'm excited to maybe talk about his most recent articles. Adam, if you guys have missed streams with Adam, So smart, really interesting to listen to, knows a lot about a lot of things, tech, AI, etc. Writes articles for the New York Post. So we'll be chatting with Adam on Monday. Looks like 3 p.m. Eastern for Bold Voices. We're taking Tuesday off. Go have a fun St. Patrick's Day. If you have plans, whatever, enjoy. And then we'll be back again on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Hannah will be there. So it'll be a really fun week, but we'll be switching it up a little bit. So let's start off the week together on Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern for Bold Voices. That'll be amazing. Wow, you really are. Trangela knows about Lindsay's World. That's crazy. Oh my God, feels like a lifetime ago. Fun little web series I did a million years ago back in my NYC TV film days in the beginning. So thank you guys again so much. Thank you. Please subscribe on YouTube. Check out all the interviews, podcasts, live streams, etc. Oh, thanks, Kate. Sorry, I pulled up the wrong thing, but Raylan Stark. I know I keep making notes and then I forget I need to make a note of that. If I forget, keep reminding me or DM me, but I'm going to make a note of it right now. I really do care and I want to know what you guys want to hear about. So the audience, you guys matter so much. Couldn't do it without you. So yes, I love your suggestions. Please send me names, guests, etc. Anything you want to hear more about, and let's do it because I want you guys to tune in and be here. So whatever I want to do what you want to hear about. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much. Again, I'm going to go watch some Celtics. Yes, I'm a Boston Celtics fan. Anyone else? Let me know. I'm going to go watch the end of the game. And again, I hope you have a great rest of your night and a great rest of your week. And hopefully I see you all on Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern for Bold Voices. Thank you guys so much. Stay bold, stay beautiful. You all rock. Thank you so much.